I want to set, before I ask for a motion to enter into an executive session, I kind of want to set just a couple of ground rules. One, I want to thank all of the candidates for going through this rigorous process. When this all started, I asked Ben and Allison that I was going to sort of step back and let them run the show. I said what we really wanted, and they agreed. What we wanted was parental input, staff input from the state, input from anywhere that we can find it, and to have an open and transparent search. A national search, local search, go out and hire the best person to find these candidates everywhere. I think they did, and Jeremy, so thank you for all of your help. Allison, Ben, Jeremy, and everybody else in the CEO search committee put in hours of their free time trying to find the right candidates to bring to this board for us to vote on. I think everybody at this table has met all three of the candidates on a personal level and gotten to know them. I was trying to figure out, not that I don't want you here, but what I was trying to figure out was a way all three of the candidates have gone above and beyond to show their want for the job, that they really believe that they can take our school to the next level as a new CEO. I wanted to figure out a way, someone, at the end of the day, there are two people that are not going to be the CEO because we can only select one. I wanted to figure out a way to call the two who are not going to be selected and give them my heartfelt thanks. It did not feel right to me that they're going to find out that they're not going to have their job live stream on the internet. We're going to have to do a public vote because that's what the law requires. So I cannot do that. If they are watching, I just want them to know that I would rather call you and talk to you about this, but I can't. The law doesn't allow us to do it that way. But know that I would, in a perfect world, I would want to do that. Because I do think Allison and Ben and the committee put them through the ringer, so to speak, and they need to be.
The committee was not just that Jeff was here. Jeff. Yep. And Carrie Ann would be here, but she just had a baby. And Rebecca Cochler was also an invaluable member, but she's unavailable tonight.
Perfect. All right. So, and we've got the many emails and calls that parents and staff have sent to us over the course of the last 5 months that we've been doing this. All right, with those groundworks, I'm going to ask for a motion to enter into executive session so that we can discuss the candidates. First, second, board comment on the motion to enter into executive session. Public comment on the motion to enter into executive session. When we've written down, Ben, maybe you want to go over the rules?
Yeah, so just a few things. I think, Jeremy, you have the list, the sign-in sheet. Jeremy's going to grab the sign-in sheet. If anyone who hasn't signed in to comment hasn't done so yet, please just put your name on the sheet, and Jeremy will go down the list. We are going to have 2 minutes per person to talk, and what we're going to do is Jeremy is going to be our timekeeper, and he's going to keep time strictly. And what I would ask is that when you're speaking, please keep an eye on Jeremy. And he is going to not want to interrupt you, and he's not going to interrupt you, but he's going to raise his hand when you have 15 seconds remaining of the 2 minutes to give you a heads up that you need to wrap up. And then at the 2-minute mark, we will firmly apply that and strictly apply that, because otherwise it just wouldn't be fair. We can't have 2 minutes 15 for some, 2 minutes 30 for others. And I know, a lot of us have been in this room before, and we've had a lot of interesting topics we talked about. And we all know that, 2 minutes, it goes by very quickly, and someone's going to be talking, and you're going to feel like you haven't gotten to what the meat of what you wanted to say. So I really encourage people to get quickly to the point, so that doesn't happen, and to keep an eye on Jeremy for when you have 15 seconds left. We're just trying to be respectful of everybody's time and efficient. Do I have a list? Okay. It's not that many. Anybody else want to sign up who hasn't done so? Okay. Again, this will be, just to be clear, this is the last chance for public comment before we obviously go into executive session for our discussion.
I just want to know, you did read letters that were sent to you?
Absolutely. And have copies of it.
Decision already?
No. Have we made our decision already? No.
We haven't even deliberated.
Right. We have received all the letters. They are with us tonight.
One of the things I will, and maybe I should have said this earlier, one of the things to be clear is that I've given board members sort of instructions isn't the right word, but there's been no discussion, debate on this, but as a group individually, I've asked everybody to hold their thoughts to themselves so that we can have an open and honest discussion about who the candidate's going to be.
Okay, with that being said, first person on the list is Melanie Ford.
Who's Jeremy? Right there, thank you. Okay. So my name is Melanie Ford. I've been here from the very, very beginning when the school started. I have 3 children here and another one coming next year. My 6th grader has straight A's and is very, very gifted, and I have 2 others that are awesome as well, but are in what I call helps class for math and French and different things. I've homeschooled, I've put kids in private school and in public school, and Lycée by far has been the best school we have ever attended. With that being said, I recommend, my personal recommendation is to have Marina as our next principal. She has been consistent, she's been steadfast, she's been through the ups, she's been through the downs, she's been through it all. I've seen personal failures, and I've seen many, many, many more successes. I couldn't say more good things about her. I haven't always agreed with her, but couldn't say more good things about her. She's been the visionary for the thinking outside of the classroom. She has just done so many great things. Together as a staff, together with the teachers, the school is by far the best school we've ever been a part of.
Okay, next person is Lily Schmidt.
I had 2 questions. The first was, can't call them to say sorry about the position. I was wondering if in the time when you guys were interviewing and speaking to the candidates, if the question was ever raised, if you're not selected for the CEO, would you consider another position, at least say that you can't give them, but you know the CEO did. That's how we ended up with our 2 admins today. Was that question asked and answered by those people, the finalists?
It was.
Did they answer it?
Everybody was nice about it.
We don't. Okay, so, all right. That's so we don't get to know if anybody said one way or the other.
No one said no.
Oh, okay. That's nice. And then our second question was in the feedback that you received, would y'all mind sharing like a rough percentage or number of like how many staff members and how many parents did you hear back from post town hall?
I would say, first of all, I don't have raw data on something like that right now, but I do also want to emphasize, and I actually meant to say this when I was sort of making introductory remarks about what public comment will look like. It is an opportunity for public comment and for input, but it is not supposed to be a question and answer session, and we have had a lot of committee meetings, and we have answered a lot of questions from community members. We spent a lot of time getting input from every single possible stakeholder, but I do want to say that this is, it's intended to be an input thing. I will tell you that I don't have that. I don't think anyone has that raw data.
Okay, thanks. Sorry.
Other than lots.
Lots is good. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Next on the list is Maggie Shelton.
Hi. I studied all the references to all the candidates. Hannah, it's great. I think she's very young, and Summerlin, not that experienced because of her age. Esme, if I'm saying her name correct, ballbuster, great woman, but she lacks the ability to have what our school has, which is thinking outside the box. It's so important. It's not just another French school. We have things that no other, French, English, any other school has. So that was my thought about her. Marina definitely knows that. She knows thinking outside the box. She created it. She has been there for us. I should say Dr. Schoen. Nobody ever gives her the grace of calling her correct name is Doctor, not Marina. She's highly intelligent, speaks 7 languages. All the applicants did speak French. However, Hannah was a little bit slow with her French, as she admitted. So the 2 that struck me as the greatest was Marina and SMA, if I'm saying that correctly. But Marina has the experience of this particular school. I didn't find it to be acceptable that SMA was not able to answer questions that she could have researched and had some understanding of prior to this candidacy. So Marina all the way.
Okay, and finally, Sherry Knightsdale.
Good evening, I'm Sherry Frazier. I've had 2 years here with my daughter. We are totally blessed to be a part of this community. Short and sweet, the person that I would love to be here is not on the list. So I will definitely, the person that actually fills the shoes and exceeds would be Marina. She knows our kids. She loves them just as much. And she would be the one to really take this school to higher points.
I think that's everyone we have on the list, so.
So all in favor of the motion? All in favor of the motion to enter into executive session, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, we're now in executive session. All right, thanks for hanging out with us. Sorry that took a long time. It's a difficult decision, lots of deliberation. You should know that we take this as seriously as you do. You don't see bruises and cuts and scratches, but we feel the bruises and cuts and scratches on the inside. I mean, it's a difficult decision.
Shown us over the last 5 years, has given me a lot of respect and optimism for all the things she can do with the Lycée in the future and the exciting times we have to come. She's an amazing track record at the school, and obviously that's a very non-exclusive list. There are a lot of things that my motion is based on, but I would move to make an offer to Marina Schoen.
Do I have a second? Board discussion? I will say, before I turn it over to public discussion, we really, as I said earlier, thought long and hard, deliberated, heard all of the emails, heard all of the letters, read all of the letters. Greatly appreciate Jeremy and the other members of the CEO search committee. Very thankful for all of the candidates who participated in our search. With that, hearing no further board discussion, public comment. All right. Vote. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm a little disappointed that you guys didn't select me. I don't think we could have made a better choice.
All right. It's voting time. The motion is to extend an offer to Marina as the new CEO. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously. Any old business? New business? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Second. Board comment on the motion to adjourn. Public comment. All in favor of motion to adjourn, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. We're adjourned.